Hello everyone, I'm John Higgins. You're watching PNG Tonight. Coming up, longtime banker Tony Westaway talks about a growing financial service, mobile money. Snake doctor David Williams leads a team of researchers on an awareness campaign, and how the Surfing Association of PNG is moving to assist resource owners. It's just started, but already over 40,000 are tapping into mobile money. The service is being embraced by the disadvantaged segment of society to avoid the expenses and inconveniences of conventional banking. I talked to Tony Westaway, the managing director of My Bank, who is behind this service. Thank you, Tony, for talking to us. Welcome to the program.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here, John.
Okay, Tony, you're into money banking. It's a relatively new concept. How is it? How does it work? Tell me.
Yes, I'd love to tell you, John. We've been involved with mobile money since 2011. We're one of the pioneers in mobile money in the South Pacific. Okay. In fact, Nationwide Microbank was the first bank-led deployment of mobile money in the South Pacific. So what is mobile money?
Yeah, right. Next question.
Well, it's using your mobile phone to do the normal banking transactions that you could have done in a branch. Earlier in the piece, when mobile banking first started, people would send SMS messages to the bank to do certain transactions, like transfer money from one account to another.
And this is not the same?
No, this is taking the next step.
Okay.
The next step is actually using your phone like you would like a kundu card, a debit card, an access card, and go into a trade store or a tucker box in your village or plantation and actually do deposit and withdrawal transactions using the mobile phone.
Okay. So how many people have you got using the system right now?
We've got regularly up to 40,000 people that do deposit and withdrawals.
40,000 today?
Through the mobile phone. We have 80,000 people on our database because we do a lot of things with a mobile phone. We provide financial literacy training on the mobile phone. We do marketing on the mobile phone. We do our recoveries for our loans on the mobile phone. But I think the most important functionality, if you like, is the deposit and withdrawal of funds.
Yes.
Whereby if you're in a village like Tuba Soraya, for example, down here, that you could walk into the trade store there and make a deposit or withdrawal using your mobile phone.
How complicated is it? Because you're using technology and some people feel technology as something hard. How simple is it to start?
Oh, well, Papua New Guineans have been very adaptive to technology.
They're a bit smart people, aren't they?
Oh, yes. Well, I can recall, John, back in the mid-1990s when, ATMs first came here and FPOS. And look at it today. Everyone's using cards. And I think the same will happen with mobile phones. The next generation will probably not have a debit card. They'll have a mobile phone and they'll be swiping that phone when they walk in and out of a supermarket and a trade store to pay for their goods and services.
Okay.
I think that is the future, but certainly Papua New Guineans are adapting to it. We've put through more than 10 million kina worth of transactions across the mobile phone networks with more than 1 million transactions, and that's from a small microbank perspective. So it's certainly growing. We'd like to see more traction. We think there's a great opportunity for ordinary Papua New Guineans to grow as people by using or getting access to financial services through the mobile phone.
You're saying ordinary Papua New Guineans. Are they the farmer on the land? Are they the semi-employed, the workers? Who are they? What sort of people?
Well, absolutely. They're all of those. I think that our target market segment is the subsistence farmers, the people in the informal sector, the rural dwellers, and so forth, and the Marys in the market. So we target what's called the bottom of the economic pyramid, which is the mass. That 80 to 85% that are most of them unbanked.
Okay, 40,000 going up, you're increasing. How is that? How is mobile money better, and would you like to tell your potential customers that? How is that better than the normal banking?
Well, first of all, you don't need to stand in a queue at a branch.
Okay, and it's quite long sometimes.
Oh,
Yeah.
exactly. You know. And it's not just in the urban areas too, John. I've been up to places like Biella and around the country, and the queues still go out the door and down the
Yes,
street.
yes.
So that's one issue. The other issue is the travelling. A lot of people get on PMVs, the village PMVs, and they're going into a town centre. And it's not like in the NCD here. You could be paying anything from 20 kina to 100 kina to get on a bus, and obviously that's eating into your savings and your ability to pay for things for the family. So, but if you can go to an agent in the village, whether it be a tucker box, trade store, or it could be a local church, and be able to do a deposit and withdrawal using your mobile phone, you're going to have savings. And of course, I suppose the other question, John, is about the security or the safety.
Yeah. Can they steal my money?
Oh, yes. Well, I think people said this when cards first came out. What happens if I lose the card? But they're PIN protected.
Okay.
You know not to share your PIN with your Wontox, and it's the same with the mobile phone.
All right.
So the mobile phone's PIN protected. So if you lose the mobile phone, you haven't lost, access to your bank account, and criminals out there can't get access to your funds.
Wow, that's something good to know. You're in PNG. Are you in Fiji? Are you in the Solomon Islands, Vanuatu?
I think that's the future. Mind you, having said that, I think there's a lot to do in Papua New Guinea. There's a huge untapped market out there. The central bank governor will tell you that more than 80% of Papua New Guineans are unbanked. There's a lot of discussion in political circles about the SME sector here. I often think to myself, what about the informal sector? What about those 5 odd million Papua New Guineans that aren't in the formal sector? Those micro entrepreneurs, they're the sort of people that we're trying to bank with my bank. They're the sort of people that we're trying to grow economically and grow socially. So there's a great opportunity here in Papua New Guinea. But having said that, Papua New Guineans are leaders in a lot of areas, and that includes the financial services sector. Okay. And I think that you'll see that the sorts of initiatives that we have and that we've come on board with at my bank, you'll see them spread across the rest of the Pacific.
Okay. Well, come to PNG now. The government is promoting SMEs. Is mobile money cooperating, is anywhere complementing with the government's policy of small businesses and business enterprises?
I think so. One of the great tools for, say, value chain finance, I'll just bring on some new terminology, is the use of the mobile phone. So what do I mean by value chain? That it's a bit like those women in Tubasaria. Let's go back to them. The boys in the village catch the fish and they give the fish to the women. The women clean the fish and they cut it up and they send it to market in Port Moresby. And it goes to a wholesaler, and the wholesaler may distribute it to some retailers. So these people are part of a value chain. And I think one of the tools that can be used in the value chain to enable transactions to occur, to enable different people in the chain to receive money, is by the use of the mobile phone.
Okay.
It really hasn't taken off yet. People use mobile phones for deposits, withdrawals, send money to their Wontox up into the village and that. But I think that's the next step. I think that's a great opportunity, and I'm pretty excited about the prospects.
All right. Do mobile phone companies benefit here?
Oh, of course. Well, they clip the ticket on the transactions, but mobile phone banking is affordable. It's a lot more affordable than having to stand in the queue and waste your time, which is money, at these branch banks or bank branches and so forth, or get onto PMVs. So with our product, there's no cost to making deposits. There's a nominal cost to making a withdrawal with a mobile phone.
Okay. Tony, I noticed you say Tubusaria. Are you in any other place apart from Tubusaria?
I'm using that as an example.
Okay.
That we've done a lot of work here in Central Province, but we've done a lot of work in West New Britain. Our network covers the whole country. I've got one of my mobile offices in Bougainville at the moment, down in Boone. We're doing a lot of work in central Bougainville. We're doing work up in Wewak. I've got a great little operation over on Lahire Island. So we're spread right across Papua New Guinea. We piloted mobile money in West New Britain
Okay.
in the early days, so certainly we're all over Papua New Guinea.
Tony Westaway, thank you for talking to us.
Thank you very much, John.
Tony Westaway of Nationwide Microbank. After the break, Snake Doctor David Williams on some life-saving tips if you are bitten.